It's Thursday, 11 o'clock. No! Shit! Never ever fumbled it. Oh, I feel sad. It caught my little finger.
So would it affect you?
Oh, wait, that's fine. It's Thursday, 11 o'clock, and it's time for this week's watch drop. The drop this week is undeniably focused on dress watches. There's a couple of watches in here with bracelets, but I would argue they're on the dressy side. I want all of them, and I know that's nothing new, but I promise you, this is a special drop. Let's start with two bracelets. First off, this is good. The Rolex GMT in yellow gold with a tiger iron dial. Wow. Now, this thing is really, really special. I'm a big fan of stone dials anyway. You tend to see them on dress watches, which are used, I guess, more delicately because the watches themselves, the dials themselves are very fragile. So it's a bit of a baller move to have a stone dial in a sports watch. I think this works so well. Rolex have found just the most amazing cut of tiger iron stone. Now, tiger iron's quite different to tiger eye, and you've got this beautifully intricate layered detail to it, which is completely unique. You'll never see another cut exactly like it. I think it really, really sort of produces that sort of continuation of the Jubilee bracelet, which just works really well. It's a busy watch, but it's oh so cool. What a dial. All enclosed in an amazing yellow gold case from Rolex. I have to call out this Day-Date 40 in white gold with a blue Ombre dial. Now, the Ombre dial is just something that you see throughout the years of Rolex, and I always gravitate towards them. They've got this warmth and this sort of intrigue in a way that your sort of flatter dials don't. This is a kind of fume blue, vibrant blue in the middle, but darker on the outside. And so depending on how the light hits it, it's so moody. It's really cool. And how they produce that interest without having a cut of stone or enamel is frankly amazing. And it makes the indices, the Roman indices, just stand out with this sort of sparkle. What would you pick? The Roman indices on this or the stick battens? I kind of think the Roman indices on this watch work so well, but let me know in the comments what you think. Now, jumping into some dress watches on straps. This I'm really excited to see, frankly. We've seen a massive resurgence in the Breguet Tradition, typically the 7027 reference, but this is a more modern 7597. Is that right? 7597. Don't doubt yourself, Tim. Right, it's a white gold case. It's got this blue, amazing, interesting, actually quite reminiscent of the Ombre dial. What I love about the position of this sub dial at 12 o'clock is that you're left with quite a lot of open space to really enjoy the technicalities of the movement behind it. But the 7597 has another complication up its sleeve, and it's this beautifully executed retrograde date. It just sort of sweeps through the month, and then when you get to the end, it's perfect. It's like poetry, this thing. I love the anchor-esque rotor on the back. It's a bit Star Trek-y, but it's very well executed. Platinum dress watches. We've got a Vacheron 82172 PT. It's called a Traditionelle. I think it's part of the Patrimony line. I think this is kind of Vacheron's alternative to the Lange Stealth. It's got that Germanic feel to it. There's nothing on this watch that doesn't need to be there. It's very, very clinically executed. Very small sub-seconds at 6 o'clock and a beautiful matte grey dial. You've got the heft of platinum and you've got these sort of really, really angular lugs and a sharp case edge. It's very Lange in execution, and we're lucky enough to have an actual Stealth with us on the table table as well. So putting these two watches side by side, it's really, really interesting to see the two different nations and how they approach the perfect dress watch. So Switzerland or Germany, which one would you pick? We're starting to see an uptick in interest in cloisonné enamel dials, and I'm not surprised. They're absolutely breathtaking. When it comes to the sort of value end of that, Ulysse Nardin are right bang center, producing some of the most beautiful dials at such amazing value propositions, really. We've got two on the table today, a 37mm and a 40mm. The 37mm is both a sector dial and cloisonné enamel. You've got the painting itself right in the middle of the dial, which just makes it feel a little bit more condensed, a little bit more traditional and small as a dress watch. Whereas this example here in 40mm in rose gold, it's a bigger canvas for the artist to really make the most of that scenic picture. It's captivating and beautiful, and every time you look at it, you see something new, a new detail that you hadn't spotted before. And if you recognize this watch, and I'd be surprised if you do, certainly these days, this was actually the favorite watch worn by Nicolas Maduro from Venezuela. But I think these watches are massively overlooked, and I really, really enjoy seeing them come through in the drops. One of my favorite reversos is on the table, actually, and it's one that you just don't see very often at all. This is a rose gold brown dial limited edition, and I think it's part of the 1931 limited edition range, but you've got those amazing hands that you don't see on all reversos, and I think it harps back to the very beginnings of this watch. But what I really love about it is just that color tone, that palette, that matte brown, those gold hands, and that fantastic, really, really classic feeling case. Really special watch. I think that's a great colorway. One Patek reference that I think about time and time again is the 5235G white gold. It's called a regulator watch, and it's mainly operating on the one hand that sweeps around obviously every 60 minutes. But the hours are represented by a small subdial at the 12 o'clock position. And these watches were used to understand and monitor timekeeping itself in a really precise way, which is why minutes were so important and so prominent on the dial. Never mind the history of it though, this watch hangs as a sort of really contemporary take on a regulator watch. I love the fact that you've got that classic annual calendar complication from Patek too, but the combination of silvered brush dial, white on the outside of the sector, and a white gold case is just a winner. It's really good. And when you flip the watch over, that movement is just perfect. Well done, Patek. That's a great watch. There are two watches that are catching my eye in the corner of the table, so I'm going to talk about them. The JLC is not one that I've seen before, so I can't tell you much about it. But wow, it's so special. This is the JLC Rendevouz, and I guess the case size is 29, 30 millimeters, something like that. It's adorned with a diamond encrusted bezel. You've got a guilloche dial, Arabic numerals, and a really interesting date window at the 6 o'clock position. It's just a cool watch. And it's nice to compare this watch with a favorite of mine, the Cartier Tonneau. This is the SM size, which is a smaller size than the one that we've talked about recently. But you've got all of that interest in the dial, the guilloche, the blued hands, the Roman indices, the curvature in the case, all of that just shrunken down to a more condensed size. And I just think those two watches are perfect both for men and for women. I'd absolutely wear both of them, not together, maybe together, but I just think they're cool and I wanted to call them out. So that's this week's drop. A real focus on dress watches this week with some incredible platinum pieces from Vacheron, Lange, and obviously that amazing stone dial from Rolex. I love this drop. Go hit the website, check out everything else that we've listed. It's an amazing drop, and I'll see you this time next week.